Welcome to Solywise Business Podcast, the podcast where we dive into essential business strategies for growth and success. I am your host, Unonjabul. On today's episode, we'll be discussing the importance and the benefits of submitting WSPs and ATRs. Joining us is an expert in skills development and business compliance, Sizwe Mbete from Solywise Consultancy. Welcome, Sizwe.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to discuss this important topic.
Okay, let's start with the basics. What are WSPs and ATRs?
Well, these are documents that are submitted by South African businesses to their relevant SETA, also known as a Sector Education and Training Authority. A WSP is a work skills plan, which basically documents all of the training that the company plans on implementing in the upcoming year. An ATR is an annual training report, which is basically a summary of all the training that was conducted in the previous year.
Okay, speaking of SETAs, does a company that you'd be assisting need to be registered under a SETA? If not, how can a company be registered under one?
100%. In order to submit your WSP and ATR, you need to be registered with a SETA, whereby a SDF would basically put in all your company details on your SETA, or if you're in the wrong SETA, because the SARS will then be the one that basically tells you which SETA you are part of, according to which industry you're in, then would do an inter-SETA transfer. But that process is all handled by the SDF.
Okay. So how long does it actually take for a company to be registered under a SETA?
That is a difficult question because all SETAs are different. And although their systems work differently, but it is a correspondence process whereby you would put in your details or register, and then you'd wait for SETA's feedback, and then if there's supporting documents you need to submit, you then submit those and wait for their approval. So every SETA is different, so it's difficult to give a blanket duration for all the SETAs, but all of the SETAs are different.
Okay, so is there a cut-off date for WSP and ATR submissions?
That's a good question. There is a cut-off date. The cut-off date is 30th of April every year. There are instances whereby a company can request for an extension, but with a valid reason.
Okay, let's say as Unonjabul, I have a business. Why should I even bother with submissions?
Important question. Well, there's several benefits. First and foremost, it is a legislative requirement for companies that are eligible for skills development levies to make sure that they submit. Also with compliance, that means you avoid any penalties. And this also ensures that you are in good standing with your relevant SETA.
Okay, that's definitely important. What about the financial benefits?
Well, companies that have a payroll above 500,000 annually have to pay what we call a skills development levy, which is your SDL. And that is 1% of your total annual payroll. Then from that, should you submit your WSP and ATR successfully, you can then claim what we call a mandatory grant, which is basically 20% of your paid SDL to SARS. And does not only stop there, you can then also apply for what we call a discretionary grant, or what I like to call Christmas or bonus, because it's at the discretion of the SETA. It's not money that is guaranteed, but you are able to apply for that and hope that there's some funds that are allocated to you so you can invest in more training in your business.
Okay, so there's financial incentives. But how does this benefit the employees?
Well, employees benefit through improved skills and also improved career opportunities, whereby as an employee, if you are unskilled, you can be sent for training and you can become a skilled employee, or you can move from junior management to middle management, from middle management to senior management, and so forth. A business that invests in training leads to a more capable and knowledgeable workforce. And not only that, not only does it improve their job performance, but this also boosts their morale and also increases the employee retention.
Okay, so this sounds like a win-win for both the business and the employees. Are there any strategic advantages for the business itself?
Absolutely. So with the business, through submitting the work skills plan, you are able to identify and address all of your skills gaps. And also you are able to align your talent to ensure that it meets all of your strategic business goals, right? And not only that, but also you are able to increase the workforce planning of your company, meaning your company or your employees rather, you can ensure that they have the necessary skills to adapt to industry changes and any technological advancements.
Okay, so what about the impacts of triple BE compliance?
Good question. So with triple BE, with the scorecard, we've got 3 priority elements, whereby skills development is one of those priority elements, meaning you have to at least reach your sub minimum, which is 40% of your target, in order not to be discounted a level. So ATR or WSPs and ATR is literally the first checkbox. Have you submitted, and not only submitted, but has it been accepted by the CETA? This is now your ATR and WSP. And if not, none of the BE points will count. Does not matter how many or how much you've spent on skills development, none of those skills development points will count if your WSP and ATR is not successfully submitted.
Okay, that is very valuable information. So any final thoughts for our subscribers at home?
Well, the WSP and ATR submission process does seem a bit daunting, but I can assure you that the benefits far outweighs the effort. I'd also like to put emphasis on the due date, which is the 30th of April. Do not wait until last minute to start planning for your submission. Do your skills audits, start the preparations early in order to avoid missing the deadline.
Okay, that is very insightful. Thank you, Susan, for coming into us. I hope our viewers at home took notes. Make sure that if you have any questions, contact Soliwise Consultancy. This was today's episode of Soliwise Business Podcast. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe on our channel. Thank you. Bye.